Good morning for my daily video. Apparently this is now starting to happen. So I'm making daily videos. Thank you so much for everybody who's been messaging me and thanking me for the videos and asking me to do more. And I really enjoy making them because it gives me some sort of purpose for the day, which is something I've been telling everybody to do, is find some sort of purpose to try and get done today. And so today I want to talk about how do we make time disappear? How do we go about making sure that in this space of isolation, we are not bored out of our trees? And so I want you to think about the last time you had a experience that time disappeared. Maybe on a first date, or maybe when you were spending some time with friends, or maybe when you were so enthralled in the project you were doing that the next thing you turned around and 4 hours had just disappeared, and it felt literally like 10 minutes. So if we kind of step back a bit and try and understand how it is that we go about making decisions actually as human beings. And there's three parts of our body that we can make decisions from: the logical mind, the left brain, the analytical mind, that is always getting us to do things because it's the right thing to do. Our parents, with no maliciousness, and their parents before them, always told us to do the right thing. Don't worry about your passion or your excitement or what shines brightest for you. Don't worry about the things that make time disappear for you, but go and do the right thing. There's a quote that I use in one of my talks that says, as a parent, I never will force my child to choose. Well, no, let me say it again. My child has all the freedom in the world to choose whatever medical school they want to graduate from. I mean, that's logical Middle Eastern parent. I'm a Middle Eastern person. I know Middle Eastern parents, Indian parents, Jewish parents. These sort of parents are always saying, look, do the right thing. Do the thing that will pay the school fees or whatever the case may be. That's the logical way of doing it. And unfortunately, when you follow logic, you can become accomplished, but you never actually reach your purpose. You never actually find out why you're on earth. Or we could make decisions from the ego, the primal desires of what we perceive, what society and people around us want. The greatest analogy I heard around this, ego, is like going to a restaurant, knowing exactly what you want to eat, but letting somebody else order for you. That's ego, because you're doing things based on what other people might think of you. Now, if you make decisions out of logic, and if you make decisions out of ego over this next isolation period that we have, you will be bored out of your tree because you're not doing them for you. You're doing them for what other people think you should be doing. So the only way we can really go about making time disappear is to follow our curiosity, is to follow what makes us most excited, to follow what shines brightest for us. Because what shines brightest for you and what shines brightest for somebody else is absolutely unique to their experience of life, based on their history, their beliefs, their expectations of life. So your curiosity, your excitement is the thing that makes time disappear. I know this because I often find myself at 3, 4 in the afternoon and I can't believe where the day is gone, but I am an absolute advocate and I'm dogmatic about only doing things that I love doing. Anything that I don't like doing, I hire people that love doing that thing so they can do it even better than I can. And that's why I have around 9, 10, 12 people around my brand that do all sorts of things that are their highest excitement and not mine. So here's a little tip that I figured out on my 44th birthday when I made a post on Facebook and I said, at the age of 44, I've started to realize that life is not a journey, but the ability to stay in a state of flow for as long as possible. And when you're able to stay in a state of flow for as long as possible, guess what happens? You don't age, because you only age according to the perception of time that you have. So besides making time disappear in isolation, you also don't age as quickly. So I'm 67. Look how amazing I look. Just kidding. So I'm 44 still, and for me, I honestly feel like I'm getting younger. The more I'm dogmatic about focusing on curiosity, what makes me most excited, and letting that be my rudder towards which way I go and what decisions I make, I find myself energized, I find myself having time disappear, and I find myself getting younger. So here's the barometer stick. If you find yourself saying, I am so bored, you've lost. If you find yourself saying, I don't know what to do next, you've lost. And the thing you need to be doing is continuously asking yourself the question, what makes me most excited? What do I want to do that really gets time to disappear for me? I think that would be your best tool set in this time of isolation to get away from boredom and to get into what makes you most excited. And guess what happens once you follow what makes you most excited? You become a specialist in it. And when you become a specialist, you start to add value to the world based on your unique factor and your curiosity. Good luck.